former advisor to Presidents Clinton and Obama, Susan Johnson Cook, and Kelly Sadler, Communications Director for America First Action. Thank you both for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, let's get straight to that incident that happened between Julian Castro, where he came out swinging against Joe Biden, questioning the former VP's memory, slamming him for selectively using Obama's legacy. Let's listen to a little bit more of that right now, and then I'll get your response.
Do not have to buy in.
You just said that. You just said that 2 minutes ago. Are you forgetting what you said 2 minutes ago? Every time somebody questions part of the administration that we were both part of, he says, well, that was the president. I mean, he wants to take credit for Obama's work, but not have to answer to any questions.
Kelly, I'll start with you. Was that a wise move for Castro?
Well, you know, all of these Democratic candidates, before they get to President Trump, have to go through one another. And so they're going to have to start pulling out the punches. Was this the right punch at the right time? I'm not so sure about it. But what Julian Castro is reflecting is what has been reflected in a lot of news articles about Democratic strategists saying that they're worried that Joe Biden can't take the ball across the finish line, that they're worried he might fumble and might not be a strong finisher. So he was bringing up those concerns. Now, did it come off well? The audience didn't seem to react so, but, you know, they are going to have to try to take out Biden if they want to get to a front runner status.
Yeah, Susan, some of the other candidates as well seem to push back and say we needed to be united. But perhaps Castro is aware of some of these polls. Biden continuing to be the front runner while Castro is polling way down there at 3%. Do you think this will move him up?
I think not. I think it's going to move him down. I think certainly candidates have to pull their best punch, but you don't do it knocking someone else down. Actually, Castro's whole stock went down last night. You know, as soon as the show was over, everyone was like, not the right move, not the right one. If we don't unite as Democrats, then it's not going to happen at all. Candidates are going to fight, but that was the wrong fight, the wrong punch, the wrong time.
Yeah. Did you expect people to go up against and push back against Biden a little bit more? And is this the most energized and passionate that we've seen him so far? Susan, I'll get you to talk about that.
Well, you know, people always want to go with the front runner, so I didn't expect them to push back on Biden at all. I think that the energized approach is his new strategy, and this is the time that he has to pull it out. You know, it's now time to win. It's been narrowed from 23 now down to 10, and so now you want to make it down to 3. So he's got to pull out his best punch now, and he's got to have the energy and the strategy to go forward. Yeah. I believe he can do it.
Kelly, let's show an example of the energy that Biden had last night.
Now, it's not a bad idea if you like it. I don't like it. And if you notice, nobody's yet said how much it's going to cost. People need help now, hope now, and do something now.
So what about that, Kelly?
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's energized or not. Like, I mean, when you're comparing Biden to the president of the United States, who's got so much energy, such a hopeful message, keep America great. And then you look at what these Democrats were talking about on stage last night, government takeover of your health care, confiscating your guns, basically socialism at its best. These are not messages that translate to the heartland of America or resonate. And I think that they've lurched to the left, they've lurched to socialism, and their messages are just not hitting home with everyday forgotten Americans.
Yeah. What about that, Susan, in terms of the messages?
I think, you know, you asked the question about Biden, was he more energized? Very much so. And when you compare that to the current president, yes, he can take him down, because totally Biden has walked in this seat before. He's walked in these shoes before. He can do it. So that was the energy you asked about. He's got it. And I think America is ready for somebody to raise the spirit of America, not divide the spirit of America.
Kelly, final word.
I don't know if anyone has a message. I don't know what Biden's message is that's hopeful, other than I am stable, I am the status quo, I'll bring you back to the Obama years. Yeah. It's not a future message that inspires anybody.
Well, we have to wrap up, but definitely a different take on President Obama last night than we've had in previous debates, and we talked about that earlier. Susan, thank you so much. Kelly, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, let's get the spirit of America back.
All right.